My name is Nora. I'm 33, and the sea has always felt like a place between endings and beginnings. After years of city noise, I finally took a break. 1 week off, a small coastal town, a rented room near the beach where the air smelled like salt and oranges. I told myself I came for silence, for the sound of waves that don't demand anything back. But deep down, I knew I came because I was tired of standing still. The mornings here are golden. The sun rises early, pushing through the thin curtains, painting my skin with warmth. The sea is only a 5-minute walk away, but I still take the long path through the dunes. I like how the sand sticks to my ankles, a reminder that I'm not made of glass anymore. That's where I saw her for the first time. She was sitting under a striped umbrella, headphones on, sketching in a small notebook. Her name, I'd learn later, was Riley. She had short dark hair, tanned shoulders, and the calm confidence of someone who feels at home wherever the tide lands her. When the wind caught one of her papers, it tumbled straight toward me. I caught it mid-air, a rough pencil drawing of the horizon, a few lines, a single figure sitting by the sea. "Guess that's you now," she said with a grin. "You're part of my view." We both laughed, that soft, honest kind of laughter that happens only when no one's pretending. Over the next days, we kept meeting on that same stretch of sand, sometimes by accident, sometimes not. She'd swim far out and wave from the distance. I'd read or walk along the edge of the water, pretending not to look for her. Riley was from the north, a graphic designer, traveling alone, chasing the kind of freedom I hadn't dared to want for years. She said, "I draw to remember places that make me feel real." I told her, I came here to remember who I was before I stopped feeling. By the third evening, the sky turned pink and silver. We sat near the rocks, watching seagulls dive for their last meal of the day. Our conversation moved easily. Music, art, life, the little things people lose when they stop paying attention. Riley said, "You don't talk like a tourist." I smiled. "That's because I didn't come to visit. I came to escape." When she looked at me then, it wasn't curiosity anymore. It was understanding, the kind that doesn't need words. That night, I walked home barefoot, salt drying on my skin, the world softer than it had been in years. We started spending our mornings together. Coffee at a beach cafe with plastic chairs and music from the 90s, followed by hours under the sun. Her sketchbook always open, my book always unread. Sometimes she'd hum a tune. Sometimes we'd both fall into a silence that felt like breathing the same thought. Riley painted me one afternoon. Not a portrait, just my outline against the sea. She said, "You look like someone who's learning how to stay." I wanted to tell her that's exactly what it felt like. Staying, not surviving. The days passed too fast. The sun burned my nose, the tide moved higher each evening, and every sunset made it harder to imagine leaving. We started talking about small dreams, her plan to publish a sketch collection, my half idea of moving somewhere quieter. But underneath every word was a pulse neither of us wanted to name. Then came the final day before her bus was supposed to leave. We sat where the water touched our feet, the horizon glowing orange. She said, "I wish I'd met you somewhere with more time." I said, "Maybe time isn't the point." The waves rolled in, cool and steady, brushing against our hands until they finally met in the middle. It wasn't dramatic. No promises, no confessions. Just a shared stillness, as if the ocean itself wanted to remember us. The next morning, I woke early. The beach was empty except for footprints leading toward the bus stop road. But on the sand where she used to sit, there was her sketchbook, open to the drawing of that first horizon, now with 2 figures instead of 1. I didn't cry. The sea doesn't like goodbyes, it prefers returns. So I stayed a few more days, swimming farther each morning, laughing when the salt stung my eyes. It didn't feel like loss, it felt like something beginning. When I finally left, I took her drawing with me. It hangs by my window now, sunlight fading its corners, reminding me of that summer when love didn't ask for forever, just a chance. Because sometimes, the right person doesn't change your life. They change the way the world feels around you. Like the sea, endless, restless, and somehow, finally, home.